You're being noticed, collective. Yes, in the 3D, rah, 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 rah. I'm talking about the 5D. I'm talking about spirit side. You are being noticed. Why? Because your frequency has changed. We've jumped timelines, yes, but we still have work to do on each timeline. And some of you, and you'll know if this message is for you, some of you have felt a shift within yourself. All that love, all that care, all that counsel, all that effort that you once poured into other people, friends, family, your ex, you have truly turned that inward. Because there's a difference between just stopping, just pulling back, and that's important. Don't get me wrong. Pulling back is important. Pulling your energy back, calling your power back, just stopping that overgiving, overpouring, just stopping all that for the people who don't deserve it. That's so important. But the next step is equally as important, if not more. You've got to then pour that into yourself. And this is where a lot of people struggle. Because what does that actually mean? Especially when you spent so long giving, being a servant to other people, just focusing your love and your care on outward people, things, focuses. So when you actually discover what pouring that into yourself means, and that could mean instead of financially supporting others, you're now looking at what you want to invest in yourself, what you want to learn maybe, or maybe you want to take up a new hobby, or maybe you just want to pamper yourself. When you actually understand what pouring that love into yourself means, that means no more negative self-talk. Yes, we make mistakes. Yes, we've got things to learn, but we are not going to beat ourselves up about it, because you wouldn't do that to somebody else. No, you wouldn't. If one of your friends, family, your ex, when you were together, came to you and said, I'm feeling this sort of way about myself, you would have found a positive. You would have found a way to help them drag themselves out of that kind of self-pitying, negative self-talk by reminding them how amazing they are. You need to be doing that for yourself. And once you kind of get that second step, what happens is that you then start moving. I've got this song that they used to sing in my mum's church, well, my church when I was little as well. But you start moving more abundantly. If you know it, that more abundantly, more and more abundantly, that they might have life, and more abundantly. That's where we need to be. Like, even hearing that, if you've never heard that before, it's so soothing, right? It's so melodic. I just want to say it again, more abundantly, right? It's actually a joy to sing, especially when there's a lot of people as well, because you hear that and you feel that. And that's what you need. You need to then, step 3, feel that you are in the right place, the right time, the right timeline, and the right frequency. So even if you're not seeing the abundance that is promised to you, it is promised to you, collective, you're already now moving as if you've got it. And you actually have pure faith. I'm going to quote my mum. She always says, and she's a devout Christian, so we have different spiritual beliefs, but there are so many synergies, right? She always says to me, my darling, if you get down on your knees and you pray to God and you ask for help, if when you get back up off your knees, you're still worrying, you're still fretting, in fact, the next time you get down on your knees, you're asking for the same thing again, you're moving from a place of self-doubt and doubt, and this is important, in the Almighty, then you don't have faith. You might have fear, but you don't have faith, because you don't believe, or actually no, you don't know, rather, that the Most High is going to deliver. And that's exactly how I work with the universe and source and my ancestors, and it's not easy. It's not. But when you get it, when you actually go from that place where you're asking for things, but actually kind of trying to then work out how you're going to get it as well, because that's another thing we do. We ask source for stuff, and then we're like, right, so if I could do this, I get that, or I do that, then no. What we need to be doing is requesting, or actually not even requesting, acknowledging to the universe that we are ready to attract and to receive. And then we need to keep our eyes and ears open. And we need to look for the synchronicities. We need to look for the angel numbers. And every number is an angel number, by the way. We need to be looking for those synergies so that we can acknowledge when we see things that are actually confirming that we're on the right path. And also just check in and note where we might be slipping off path, where we might be just sliding out of alignment. But once you have kind of got those steps, then what happens is your frequency changes. You will notice this in the 3D. People will start to notice you more. They will start to want to be around your energy even more. They'll want to be closer to that light. But here's the bit that your higher self already knows, but you might not have acknowledged, although you might have had a feeling in your bones. Your frequency changes in the 5D. Your ancestors, your guardian angels and your demons, your deities, your spirit guides, they are all like, ooh, look, the frequencies are aligning. Why are they excited? Because it's even easier for them to send the blessings your way when you're in the right frequency. And here's the really beautiful bit. When you're in the right frequency, not only do you feel better, not only do you attract exactly what you're looking for, but you get even more than your wildest dreams. So, step into your authenticity. Work out what you want. Put your request into the universe. Know that you are worthy. Know that you are chosen. And move accordingly.